Hey guys, Goggsy here and welcome to my first preview of weekend fixtures for the new year, and today we're going to be looking at the Scottish Cup 4th round fixtures. And honestly, the Scottish Cup 4th round is my favourite weekend of the season. Not only is it a chance to see something different, something new perhaps, or maybe play against old foes, I just love the Cup. I love the romance of the Cup, and you probably saw that last season when, of course, Motherwell did their thing, losing 2 Cup finals. But last season was definitely the most exciting season of my life. Anyway, enough of reminiscing about last season. It's this season. Of course, it's been this season for how many months? 5, 6? Anyway, we're going to crack on with my predictions for the Scottish Cup.
$2.99 out the Fir Park Tunnel.
Now, of course, kicking off the weekend, we have got the mighty Cowdenbeath against a wee team called the Rangers. Oh, sorry, CJ will get offended at that.
Banter.
But of course, a home win would be romance of the Cup. But the thing is, Rangers at their best is a scary thing for everyone involved. And Cowdenbeath, I mean, Rangers, I don't think even have to be at half their best to overturn Cowdenbeath. I mean, I'd love to see Cowdenbeath do well. I'd love to see a Fife team go far in the competition. But I'm going to have to just say, I think it's going to be a 4-0 doing in the favour of the younger team of this tie. All jokes aside, yeah, I'm going to go 4-0 Rangers. Saturday brings a whole host of fixtures that I'm very excited about. Not just for the Motherwell game, but honestly there are some really decent ties, quite tasty in my opinion. We're going to kick off proceedings with the Ayrshire Derby, which is Auchinleck Talbot against Ayr United at 12:15. Now, in my opinion, this is one of the ties of the round, and BBC, I'm glad, are going to bring this game to us, because honestly, anything can happen in the Cup. We saw Auchinleck Talbot get as far as playing Hearts a couple of seasons ago, so they're no mugs. They only lost 1-0. However, Ayr United, will they play Shankland? Will they not? That is the question. I mean, Ayr United have been struggling the last couple of weeks without Shankland in their team. So this begs the question, are Ayr United going to be mentally equipped? You know, are they going to get overturned by their Ayrshire rivals in this tie? And I don't think so. Ayr United is the championship team, pushing for promotion, might I add. I think it's going to be a 3-1 win for Ayr United. Next tie is Aberdeen against Stenhousemuir. Sorry boys at Steny, I think it's going to be a bit of a whitewash. I'm going to go for a 4-0 win for Aberdeen. Next tie is Dundee against Queen of the South. Now Dundee, of course, struggling in the bottom of the Premiership. But Queen of the South, I mean, they've got quite a decent attack. They're one of these teams that you don't want to bet against. And for this reason, I'm going to say I think Queen of the South are going to be one of the shocks of the round. Well, I don't know if it'd be a shock, because Dundee have been performing well below their expectations this season. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win for Queen of the South. Next game is East Fife against Morton. Now, Morton have been very inconsistent this season. I went to Capello earlier on and saw them get beat 2-0 by Alloa when I expected them to win comfortably. And then East Fife, on the other hand, in the second quarter of the season, East Fife racked up so many points. I mean, they're now in the playoffs for promotion to the Championship, and they're really one of the surprise packages this season, because usually you'd see them linger between the playoff spots and maybe the relegation playoff spots, and, you know, one of those mid-table mountains of League One. I'm going to give another surprise result here. I'm going to say East Fife are going to sneak it, maybe a 1 or 2 goal margin. I'm going to go for 2-1, go a bit safe, but I think Morton are going to come unstuck here. Next tie is Hibernian against Elgin. It's another David against Goliath clash, really. I don't expect Elgin to pull off any shocks whatsoever, as I'm going to go for a 4-0 win for Hibs. On to Inverness against East Kilbride, one of the non-league teams left in the competition. Inverness have only lost 3 league games this season. It is funny seeing as Inverness are where they are in the Scottish Championship, mainly because they've been dropping so many points. They've drawn almost as many games as they've won, which is a strange statistic, seeing as only a couple of months ago they'd gone like 25 games undefeated, and half of them were draws. However, I don't expect the likes of Craig Malcolm to be causing a shock for EK. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Inverness. Montrose against Dundee United. Now, Montrose have been one of the surprise packages again this season. I mean, I thought after they got promoted last season or the season before from League 2, I expected them to be where Steny are, you know, lingering at the bottom of Scottish League 1. But I'm really positively surprised by their progress this season. I mean, like East Fife, they put together quite a few wins, and now they are staring the playoffs for promotion to the Championship in the face, which I'm really surprised at, as Scottish League 1's been one of the most interesting leagues to keep tabs on this season in European football. Of course, they play host to Dundee United at Links Park on Saturday, and I think both teams will score here. Dundee United, of course, they've been nip and tuck in the playoffs for Premiership promotion over the last couple of seasons, as you'd expect with the size of their club, but they've not really managed to do much. This could easily be forced to a replay, maybe a 1-each draw. Maybe the bounce of the AstroTurf at Montrose will work in their favour. So I'm going to go for a 1-each draw here. Now, it's time for my boys. We're going alphabetical order. I'm going to go for, I don't know, I want to dress this up a bit. You know, I could have said this for the likes of Hibs, Aberdeen, Dundee as well, but the thing is, Motherwell are playing, on paper, the best team in the Scottish Championship. Currently, we are sitting 9th in the Scottish Premiership, so we are 3 places above them in theory. This is one of the closest games in the Cup this weekend, I would say. This is a sort of game I would have thought should be in with a shout of television. Not because, oh, well, Motherwell's got a great big following, haven't we? But, to be honest, Motherwell v Ross County, I didn't want us to get Ross County. Because, yeah, alright, they've lost their first 2 games of the year. But, the thing is, I fear that we are going to get caught cold. Because we've not played a competitive fixture yet this calendar year. And then Ross County, albeit they've lost both their games, as I've said, but they've been playing consistently. They've had games. We've not. So this could easily bite us, and we could easily maybe lose 1-0, maybe 2-1. So I am not going to leave a prediction for this, because I've decided, right, I tell too many people my predictions, because I have a superstition that if I tell someone what I think the score's going to be, or how I think we're going to do, before the day of the game, it could jinx things, and I'm very superstitious about this. I mean, this is why you may see when I'm on the SPFL show, I always predict Motherwell to either draw or lose. I never predict us to win, and that's deliberate, because on a Monday when I'm looking ahead to the game, I'm not thinking. I'm still thinking about the week ahead. I'm not thinking about the Motherwell game at all. So whenever I'm asked this about, oh, what's the score going to be, I'm just thinking right. The only time of the week I do think properly is on a Saturday in game day, as my persona as Goggsy. I mean, I'm Gordon for 6 other days of the week, unless we've got a midweek game. So the Gordon self is a bit more sceptical. I mean, Goggsy likes to cut himself a bit loose at times. So I'm going to leave that as a null prediction at the moment, because I don't want to call this, because we could easily get beat here. And no, that's not being pessimistic in any way at all. I'm just looking at the facts, and I'm actually terrified about this game, because I hate it when we play Ross County, because Ross County is one of these teams that always can stick you in right in the place where it hurts. If you know, you know. Anyway, we're moving on to the next game. Partick Thistle against Stranraer. I saw Partick play last week at Dundee United. They looked revitalised in the first half, as they completely dominated Dundee United. but in the second half they just fell apart really. So I'm not sure, because Stranraer, of course, they beat us in penalties this season in the Betfred Cup. But I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Partick. Now time for one of the other derbies in the competition. It is Wraith Rovers against Dunfermline. Now I do believe they played in a friendly at the start of July, and Wraith Rovers came out on top 3-0 at Starks Park. But we're not taking that into any account because that's a pre-season friendly. And honestly, I'm not sure how to call this. I think this could very well go to another replay. I hope it does, because I'd like to see a replay between these two teams. Because I've seen the derby played at Starks Park. I'd like to see what it's like at East End Park. And also, I just want another Brady. It could mean a lot more to Wraith Rovers than it does Dunfermline, because Dunfermline are struggling in the league this season, and so are Wraith Rovers actually in League 1. I mean, they are pushing for playoffs, but they are so far behind Arbroath. So maybe they should take their eye off the league. I mean, I think they're good enough to get into the playoffs, but I think Arbroath's got that league wrapped up now. Dunfermline, on the other hand, they're struggling in the Championship, and to be honest, I think they could do without the extra pressure of the Cup. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Wraith Rovers, or a 1-1 draw. I'm not sure. We'll go for a draw, because I don't want Jimmy the bartender to come out and say, "Oh, Goggsy, you're a prick." Anyway, moving on to St Johnstone against Hamilton Accies. I do believe it's the only Premiership tie in the competition.
You serious?
I think St Johnstone will come out on top here, 2-0. Nothing against Hamilton at all. St Mirren against Alloa. Now, Alloa could also prove a wee oi in this game here. St Mirren obviously the Premiership team, but I see after the exodus of players St Mirren have let go in the transfer window, that I've not really seen them get in any big signings apart from that Specky guy the other day. But I think Alloa are going to actually sneak this one 1-0. The 5:15 kick-off on Saturday is Celtic against Airdrieonians. I'm going to cut the bullshit here. I'm just going to say it's going to be a 5-0 whitewash to Celtic, because Celtic do usually take these games a lot more seriously than they would probably do against St Mirren away or whatnot. I'm just going to say 5-0 Celtic, because of course they did beat Brecon 5-0 last season at this stage. And Sunday's game is Hearts against Livingston. Of course, I did have to speak too soon, didn't I? It is, of course, the other all-Premiership tie. And I'm so stupid. Like, I should have checked my notes before this. Anyway, it's 2:30 on Sunday. Hearts against Livingston. I don't know how to call this. You know, Livy have been exceptional in the league this season for the size of their club. And Hearts, of course, have been doing well enough. I mean, they had that blistering start and then they've just fallen off. But I think this game could go to a replay. So I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw for the Lothian derby. Would you even call that a derby? I would say it's a derby, seeing as Livingston's what, 15 minutes from Edinburgh. Anyway guys, that brings an end to my prediction video. Hopefully we're going to see a couple of shocks, hopefully not at Fir Park. If we do hit 50 likes in this video, I will do a regular thing where I do predictions for maybe the Scottish Premiership, or maybe just a sort of me against mates, you know, might get a different guest on every week, or something like that. I'll work it out, but if we get 50 likes, I'll certainly think about a new idea, because I do want to bring new content this year. And yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like down below if you want more of this Saturday content, subscribe if you're new. I'm goggsysaan, I bet you wish you were. See you later guys, and mother for the cup.